Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong with today's Tuesday Tips. Today, I'm going to be discussing a subject that is dear to me because so many people suffer from this, and that is grief. Um, as many of you know, just suffered the loss of a godson, and it makes me think back to moments and times where I was grieving the loss of my own father, who passed away suddenly a couple years ago, and I still live with that today. Um, Grief is something that we all experience, something that we all share, something that we will inevitably have to live through in order to pass through this life. Um, what we often don't hear is how to effectively cope with grief, and how grief does not have to overcome us, but how that we can manage our grief. And throughout my years of studying this, both ministerial and psychological, uh, and even socially, I find that a lot of times it's the reminders of our loved ones, the reminders of our loved ones that often bring back the memory of something they would say, something they would do, uh, a certain mannerism, a certain a word that they may say, and it brings back that acute feeling of grief. Reminders can be anywhere. It can be anywhere. Places that you have been, things that you have seen, shows that you have watched, sports teams, anything can be a reminder of the loved one that we have lost. Uh, and if we could be prepared, because we are physical beings and we have to accept that, but we are also spiritual beings if we subscribe to that, which I do. We have to look at what comes along with that and be aware of it. Be aware of what comes along with the grief. Be aware of it, such as anger, uh, anxieties, crying spells, depression. There is a such thing as grief, depression, fatigue, lack of energy, guilt. Is there something that you could have done? You take on the guilt. There's the loneliness, and this happens a lot with couples who have been married for so many years. Pain, pain, unbearable pain, sadness, trouble sleeping, anniversary reactions, birthday reactions, or even the anniversary of our loved ones passing. For me, my father's passing will forever be etched in my mind. I will see it pretty much for the rest of my life because it came in a very familiar sequence: 1, 2, 3. He died on January the 23rd. So therefore, the numbers 1, 2, 3 will forever be a reminder of the day that he passed for me. How do we cope with this? Is the question. How do we cope with this? One of the best ways is to be prepared. Be prepared. Uh, Anniversary reactions are normal. Knowing that you're likely to experience anniversary reactions can help you understand them and even turn them into opportunities for healing. Be prepared for it. Okay? Plan a distraction. Plan a distraction. Schedule a gathering or a visit with friends and loved ones during those times where you're not just alone experiencing the anniversary by yourself. Okay? Start a new tradition on that day. All right? Be it that is planting a tree, making a charitable contribution, taking a trip on that day as a distraction and a new tradition, anything to keep you from sitting in that moment. We'll never forget the moment, no. However, anything that we can plan to help us get out of that moment, okay? Connect with others, and that's a big one. Don't go into a solitude grieving period. Connect with others. Be vocal. Be as vocal and verbal as you can in expressing how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that. And I really do hope this can help someone. And then allow yourself to feel a range of emotions. Yes, you're going to feel the anxiety. Yes, you're going to feel the sadness. Yes, you're going to feel that pain. Yes, you're going to feel the depression of it. You're going to feel the loneliness, the guilt. Allow yourself to feel those things. And in allowing yourself to feel those things, you'll be able to cope better because it's not being suppressed. It's not being suppressed. Suppressing your grief is one of the worst things you can do. That's why I love the way that my church, we call them homegoing services. It gives a person that time to let out and express that grief. It lets a person just let out the suffering that they may be going through at the moment. However it may be, allow yourself to definitely feel those ranges of emotion and be aware of them so that you don't get stuck in one of those emotions and it drags you into a deep, dark depression, a deep, dark grief depression, whereas all you can do is think about them. One thing I can say is that I used to hear the old members of our church say this, and I still hear it today: earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot heal. I have to revamp that a little bit for those who do not subscribe to a certain belief. There's no more pain, there's no more suffering that your loved one would have to go through in this life. We hate to see them go. God knows we do. Because you feel helpless. You feel all alone. You feel as though all of the abilities to help have been taken from you. There are some things that we have to accept in life. Death is one of them. Grieving is one of them. But I like what one of my former leaders, bishops, said. He said, when your loved one has done right and has lived a godly or a good life and have treated people right, you don't have to grieve. You can mourn, but you don't have to grieve. And I really take that into consideration because grieving is so painful. Yes, we mourn our loss. By mourning our loss, yes, we remember and we miss the person physically. But I do believe that there is another part of a person that lives on, where they'll never grow old. There won't be no more sickness. There won't be any more pain. I do believe in that. And that's why I'm glad that I'm able to help people on both aspects of this topic of grieving. To all of the families out there who may be suffering a loss, my prayers are with you. It's going to come to all of us. I just want everyone to stay strong. Reach out to a therapist for help. My information is in the link of this video. Reach out to a therapist for help. We're here to help you get through times like this. All right? Thank you, folks. Thank you for listening. Make it a great day. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Make it a great day. Thank you. Have a good one.